So I'm going to just transition here to another demo environment here. I'm going to log into our XCM portal here in my demo environment. And I'm going to show you guys what it would look like and some of the controls that we have for a particular user or administrator to a third-party vendor. So I'm going to log in leveraging my Entra ID account. Again, since I'm leveraging our single sign-on capabilities, my token for my 2MFA has already been cached into my browser because I log into Teams, because I'm logged into my email. It automatically validates that I am who I am. Now that can be customized, so you could change that if you want a user to be authenticated every single time they log into our platform, you could do that. And then I have a test user over here, test user one, that I've granted access to a particular piece of equipment. Again, we can enforce two-factor authentication. For this particular user, I can leverage either my TOTP device or a security FIDO hard token, which I'm going to use my hard token here. I just have to touch that hard token, and then validates that I am who I am, or I'm in front of that piece of equipment. Now I can see the connections that I've been allocated. As you can see from a administrative point of view, I have multiple pieces of equipment, just like I showed you guys earlier. I have lots of devices on here. I have only segmented access. I only give visibility to this particular user to 3 pieces of equipment. And all of these 3 pieces of equipment have different permissions. And I'm going to show you that. So this particular OT engineering workstation, he has control, but he has to request access to this particular piece of device. So I, as the administrator, will get the approval. We can also designate any user on our platform to receive this approval notification. We could also tie it into an SMTP server so you can get this notification via email. Or we have log forwarding capabilities to like a Splunk or Elasticsearch or our syslog server to create dashboards that gain notifications that way, like push notifications to mobile devices. Either way, it gives us to create a workflow, validate the user is who they are. Is it safe to enter the environment? Do they have a change window active for this particular user? These are all kind of workflows that we can implore with our the controls that we provide. And this is all out of the box. There's not different licenses that you need from a Xona standpoint to get the ability to have just-in-time approvals or files or the copy and paste. All of this is standard on our platform. So now you guys see that I have approved this user's request. Now the user can connect to this particular piece of equipment. I'm going to open up this other engineering workstation app. This is just I mentioned that we have the ability to push a user to a specific application within the RDS remote desktop services appliance or application. So that is going to be that connection up here. And then on this particular SCL switch, I've placed it behind a schedule. So I've only allowed this user to connect to this particular piece of equipment, but it has to fall within a certain timeline. And for this particular use case, it's really outside of the scope because I put it on a weekend. So when that user tries to connect to this particular piece of equipment, he's going to get notified, hey, you're out of your window. This is only for scheduling purpose or for the weekly schedule. So I only gave him access to connect to that piece of equipment between Saturday and Sunday, between the 8 hours of 8 a.m. to 9 to 5 p.m. And you can schedule this ahead of time. So if you know a vendor is going to be entering your environment or a user is going to be entering your environment, is only going to be working on a piece of equipment for a month, you can have it scheduled for that month, and then it'll automatically tear down after that time frame is elapsed. This user has access to this engineer workstation. I, as the administrator, can see exactly what this user is doing in real time. So if I come into my active sessions here, I can see that test user 1 is connected to 2 pieces of equipment. I can go into the action wheel here and monitor sessions in real time, right? This is a great use case here. It really shows you what this user is doing. We can even disable this notification from ever popping up for this particular user. So you could do kind of the big brother where you're just monitoring and not notifying. Valid use case. At the end of the day, if I see anything nefarious here, I can disconnect from this particular session, go back into my active tab here, and then terminate this user session and just say, sorry, I need the box or something like that, something generic. I can even completely terminate this user's session entirely, right? So I can disable this user from even connecting to any pieces of equipment. So if I kill this user session and I disable them, now I have to explicitly allow them back into my environment by going into that users tab and then regaining them access. So these are just a little bit of the controls that we provide. Obviously, there's a lot more that I can do on this demo, but as we can see, we're running out of time. I only left 3 minutes here, 2 minutes now, excuse me. But if there are any questions, comments, I'd love to hear 'em.